right? Yeah, this was well, carrying on with part two, but this was a PayPal request. Um, but yeah, so far this has been a fire set, and we come to a little like darkening of the stage. Um, so let's see how they come out of this. Let's go.
I'll keep it louder for myself. Now listen, I know it feels like a Cecil B. DeMille production of the Ten Commandments here tonight, but don't worry about the cameraman. They're getting paid. Right now we'd like to do a song. My God, it's quiet in here. It's always like this in Hammersmith, I don't know why. Are you supposed to be a sophisticated crowd? I suppose you are. Okay, this is a song from an album called Jazz. If you can read them,
What's happening with the screen? I'll go back a little bit, but if anybody just watched the video I put up, Nyla's home, and she's very tired. She don't know what to do with herself. That's hard, bro. Slow down. She's been back 5 minutes. She's already starting to get on my nerves. She just wanted to get up, so I picked her up. She wants to get down, so I put her down, and now she's sitting there looking at me like it's a sponsor or a dog advert. And she give me them puppy eyes. Yeah, so sorry about that. I am listening to this before you think I'm not. Yeah, but yeah, let's go. this is something. One, I love the sound of this. I'm a fan of bad recordings. People don't like bad recordings of things, but I do because I think it's you get more of a realness. Like I can kind of from the sound of this, I feel like it's almost like you can kind of feel like you're more there. Like when Brian was doing his solo, then it sounded like as if Brian was on that side of the stage and Nala, come here. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me just sort the puppy out. I don't know what I was saying, but what I wanted to say was this song rocks that they're doing at the minute, and I think people like. I think it's more on tracks like this that Queen don't get appreciated. Everybody knows their kind of classics, and everyone knows like Somebody to Love, where it's like a masterpiece of song structure and songwriting. It's just it's a gem. Bohemian Rhapsody is another one. Just all their classics, but it's tracks like this that make me love this band because this is without doubt a rock track. Like it's so rock and roll, so rock and roll, and this is what actually it's this type of song that made me actually fall in love with him. It was stone cold crazy. When I heard that, I was like, it just completely switched the impression I have had of Queen, and I think it's they get so overlooked with because their catalog's so vast. I think that's probably one thing that is a con to having such a vast and varied um, sound and a large album like a large discography to dig through. That I think like so many gems of theirs yeah just go unappreciated, and a track like this is just one. It's so rock and roll, and I like I am because I think Freddie is too. Freddie, when all is said and done, is a rock and roller. Like you can tell that. You can tell that. Like he's just how he moves and everything. Like his whole, he has that attitude on stage of rock and roll. Um, but what was I saying? Anyway, sorry for that rant. But let's go. Listen to that riff. That was hard. Yeah, that was firing. Does anyone else understand what I'm saying about that with the kind of the sound of it sounding like it's like you're in the room? Like, because you could hear Freddie's piano, but then the way it sounded, it wasn't so pronounced on the track. So it sounded like it just feels like you're in the room with them with this recording. And I'm guessing this is cut up from different recordings, because obviously some's footage, some not. So I'm guessing someone's kind of pieced this together. But that way that was recorded sounded like a tape player, someone holding it in the crowd. And if you're looking at the stage that way, like you feel like you're kind of here. But yeah, let's go. Do you know what? Do you know what? I was thinking, what is this piece of music? And I was thinking the image in my head that was coming was, you know, it when you go into in the Lion King, when you go into Scar's land, like Scar's territory, and he's like down in the like obviously representing the devil. And because I was thinking like Nazi marching, but it's from Lion King when Scar's um got his army of hyenas, and in the shadows on the wall, they're goose stepping. Um, but that's what it literally, and obviously the song that's playing in that is kind of yeah devilish too, and it like that's it's crazy that that's what this conjured in my head was Lion King. Um, but it's funny now that they say Lucifer, it makes sense of why my brain went there because yeah, um, obviously Scar yeah, in that bit is like kind of there's fire all around and they're in the under like in the ditch of the ground under the ground. You know what I mean? So it's obviously representing the devil. But yeah, it shows you how kind of childlike my brain is that it didn't go to Lucifer. It went to the Lion King and Scar. But yeah, let's go. This is fire. Mm. It's fire. It's so crazy because seeing that makes me think of the Brian May thing when he said that Freddie didn't like his own piano playing and thought that he was a bad piano player. I can't play the piano, so I can't tell on how good he actually is. But as a non-piano player, I think he does a bloody great job. I thought that was great. But I'm kind of a piano. That is my a soft spot. Do you know what I mean? I love a bit of piano. This is one. Another underrated gem number. You suck my blood like a leech. Bring the law and you preach. My victory pearls. Definitely too late. This is really such a vicious song. I haven't listened to this song in ages. And it took me a while to get what it was. As soon as he started singing, I was like, yeah, just straight away, you suck my blood like a leech. You're like, oh yeah, this, that one, yeah. And I don't know whether people are Dylan fans, because I know most of the people on my channel, to be fair, are kind of all across all boards of music, like, so you probably all are. But if you're not, if you're just a Queen fan, listen to Positively 4th Street, the Bob Dylan song. Is such a vicious song. But this is definitely up there. It's such a vicious thing, especially about suicide. And it's kind of weird when you hear that coming from this band, because it's like, it's so not their, what do they call it, their MO? Modus operandi, or whatever it is. Yeah, it's not their MO. But it's it's kind of weird to hear them being so vicious. Yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd say that. Positively 4th Street, Bob Dylan.
She keeps them away,
yeah,
let them eat cake, she says, just like Marie Antoinette, building a remedy, a good song, eternity, and in the time of invitation, you can lie, tell me I'm cigarettes, love us to dedicate. she's a killer. We got a lot of jealousy. Got a mind and a lazy bee. Got a seed to blow your mind. Recommended on the price. Sensational and appetite. What's right? Complications. She never kept the same address. Conversation, she spoke just like a baroness. Better than China, that's an Asian minor. Then again, it's a different. The back when fly. Born you went natural, callous. Now she couldn't care less. Her stingers, it's like she's a killer. We got apology. Got a mind in a lazy bee. Got a cheat to blow your mind. Recommended on the punch. Insatiable like appetite. What's right? Machine of a dream, such a queen machine. The pistons are pounding, my heart cracks open. When I'm holding your will, all I hear is your gear. Your hand on my grease gun. It's like a disease, sir. I'm in love with my car. Oh, yeah. My bill for my own bill. Get a grip on my wrist roller. Such a thrill when you real thrill.
Right, before they go into whatever they're going into, whether they're carrying on, I have to say this might disgust a lot of Queen fans, but this is legit one of my favourite. Because well, I don't know, if you're new to this thing with me watching Queen, I'll let you into it now that Roger's my favourite. And this is one of my favourite songs. This is, to me, the John Lennon song that John Lennon never wrote. It's so John Lennon. This is just, as soon as just the way that it drops and the way his voice comes in, and it's like, I think, like, the real rock and roll, like most of the real rock and roll Queen songs, like that kind of Lennon rock and roll, I think is Roger. And I just love Roger. But this is, I know a lot of Queen fans will probably be disgusted by the fact of that, but maybe not. But it is one of my legit favorite Queen songs. I just love this track, and also I'm not a petrol head. I'm not into cars. It's just the feel of this track. It's just got such a great roll to it, and yeah, to be honest, I could care less what he's singing about with that melody and how he's on this track. It's just so fire. Such a great voice there.
This is the end now. Cars don't turn around. They're just four-wheel drives now.
Right, we might as well stop there. because it's gone black again. But that little medley, because Killer Queen, I think, like hearing Killer Queen now, having kind of studied Queen albums and gone through the Queen albums, like Killer Queen is that song where you go, that's the kind of from their early dirty rock sound. And then when you hear that, that's the one where you go, ah ha ha. Like you can just tell that that's kind of, I don't even know how well they did in the charts, but you just, it's so catchy and it's like, yeah, that's like now you can see where they went in that song. Like that song um is the kind of that starting turning point where the songwriting got better and like the song structuring, I should say, not necessarily the songwriting because they got some bangers before that, but the structuring where they just had it, they just got it down, and I think that was a real this that tune. But um, I'm in love with my car. I just I don't know what it is from the second I heard it because I also like it. I'm pretty sure it's another Roger. It's a Roger track. One of my other favorites is I've been sleeping on the sidewalk, rolling down the road, or whatever it is. I love that track. I've been sleeping on the side. That's just this again. That's one of my favorite Queen tracks. So that was a joy. That was a joy to see that, and I don't think I've seen like Roger sing like that live. Obviously, he does backup vocals, but I don't know if I've ever seen him actually sing a song. So to have that little gem was a real treat for me. That last one, that was a real treat for me. Um, as I say, yeah, that's like that was like when you've kind of say you get a box of celebrations and you've only got Snickers and Bounties left, and then you kind of look through because they're the ones I don't like, and you think, ah, that's all there is, and then oh, look, a little Milky Way there or whatever. Do you know what I mean? That was what that felt like. It was like this because it's I'm gonna stop saying it's one of my favorites because I've said so many of my favorites. Like it, yeah, but that is legit one of my favorites. Um, but yeah, that's part two. Sweet.